My father considered work ethic, uh, attitude toward work as critically important for developing yourself and in fact being healthy and happy through your life. And he believed that unless you start working at an early age, you never really develop the skills and habits and values necessary to make you productive. And so he told me at an early age that he didn't want no country club bums, as he facetiously put it. So there was going to be no country club in my life as a boy. He started me out digging dandelions when I was probably 6 years old in most of my spare time, and I thought I'd soon get over that, but it escalated from there. And we had horses and cows out there, and I cleaned out the horses' stalls. I helped bale hay. Later, when I was in high school, I milked cows before I went to school and afterwards. Then on summers, I would work at various places. I worked on ranches. At one ranch, I rode line, that is, rode fences to look for breaches and fix those and bring in bulls that had hoof rot. That was a very interesting experience. I bunked in an old log cabin way out in the Centennial Valley, which was tens of miles from the nearest place. And I bunked with a gentleman named Bitterroot Bob, and he was liked to brag about the fact that he was the only one in World War II who got a dishonorable discharge for running from the line of fire. But he would do crazy things like shoot his revolver through the ceiling above his bed. Of course, when it rained, he got wet, but that didn't seem to deter him. And so those were the kind of jobs I had. And I had two younger brothers, and years later, or my father didn't require them to do the same level of work that I did. And so I asked him, I said, Papa, why weren't you as tough on my brothers as you were on me? He said, son, you plumb wore me out. On integrity, that was a very strong quality of my father. He was an absolute bear on integrity, both for himself and others, and he was widely respected for that. Whatever he committed to, he would do, absolutely, no matter what. As a part of integrity, he believed that if you said you were going to come meet somebody at 2, you were there at 2 before. You weren't 1 minute late or 5 minutes late. So when I was in graduate school in Boston, he had asked me to meet with him there to sit in on the meeting. He was having a business meeting, and I had an awful time getting a place to park. And so I arrived 5 minutes late. He was standing on the steps of the building waiting for me, and smoke was coming out of his ears. I was never late again with him, and I'm rarely ever late on anything since. So he taught me some great lessons. The values that were of most importance to him, I would say, were integrity, humility, work ethic, experimentation, entrepreneurship, thirst for knowledge. Those would be his, and I would say those are all key elements in market-based management in all parts of our guiding principles. And I think the key we talk a lot about mental models, and the key on everyone has mental models to interpret reality and be able to function in the world. The key on whether they're useful or destructive is whether they fit reality. And I was blessed then to have a father whose strong mental models, as such as those I just described, fit reality and were very helpful to me and to our businesses in being successful over the years.